Hi everyone! Welcome to Artsonia's After School Art Club. Today we have a fun art project from Megan Glass, an art teacher from Pennsylvania. Hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to have your artwork uploaded to your Artsonia gallery.
Hi friends, I'm Megan Glass and today I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful nature drawing with a marker print to add color. So I hope that you can follow along with me. I'll show you exactly what you need to make this project. Here is what you are going to need. You will need a spray bottle with just some water, a Sharpie or some sort of permanent marker, a white piece of paper, just something a little bit thicker. You could use cardstock or watercolor paper, some water-soluble markers, or sometimes we know them as washable markers, a piece of aluminum foil that you could probably just find in your kitchen. And then I went outside and gathered some pieces for some inspiration on what to draw in my nature print. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is your piece of paper and your permanent marker. And then if you did decide to gather any inspiration from nature, you might want to set these out in front of you to look at. Or you can just use my inspiration pieces to help you create yours. So I'm going to start by drawing a nice big shape for my leaf on the bottom, kind of left-hand side of my paper. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to start at the tippy top, curving down, and you can have lots of nice little wavy lines, just like you see on the leaf. And no two leaves are the same. So your leaf does not have to look exactly like mine. I made a little stem, and now I'm going to draw these little vein marks that are inside of the leaf. And if you flip your leaf over, if you gathered one, you can see the vein lines even better on the back side of the leaf. And you can make this as detailed as you like. You could just keep it very simple by just adding a few of these diagonal lines that come off of that middle vein, or you can add some extra lines coming off of these vein lines as well. That is up to you. Now that I have my nice big leaf, I'm going to make some very simple shapes for representing these flowers that I've gathered. These flowers have just a very simplified shape for their petals. So I'm going to use a nice big loop shape. It's kind of like making the letter U. And I'm going to make some different sized flowers. I'm going to make some that are a little bit big. I'm going to tuck these under my leaf. So I have one flower, and I'm just going to make the little lines that I see inside of the petal that come from the center. Now I have this nice big flower. If I wanted to make another flower of similar size, I could. I'm going to make one that's kind of a little bit smaller. And again, I'm just going to kind of tuck it underneath. And then after I've made this flower, I think I'm going to go ahead and try a different shaped flower, like this really fun little yellow flower here. So I'm going to make a little bit more of a curving shape. And I'm going to make, again, just a couple petals. It's almost like a little bit of a heart shape. And then inside of these petals, I'm going to make a little bit of that same curve right in the middle, and then a dot. So I'm going to make maybe another one of these flowers. I like to have a little bit of variety, so a little bit of each of the different flowers. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this because everything in nature looks so different. So it's okay if yours don't look exactly like mine. So now I'm going to draw these stems kind of tucking back behind and kind of connecting, going behind one another. Maybe I'll draw this stem coming from here, kind of tucking behind the different petals. So now that I have some flowers in my leaf, I'm ready to start working on the print.
For this step, you will want your drawing nearby. You will need your piece of foil, you will need your spray bottle, and your markers. Now, whenever I take a print of the markers, I'm going to be flipping my paper over. So I have to think about what colors I want and where. So I have this big leaf shape to the left. So I want to do some greens on this side of my foil. That way the greens will go ahead onto that leaf area of my picture. On the opposite side of my leaf, where the flowers are, I'm going to do a mixture of colors. So I started with a red and orange, and now I'm going in with a yellow. And feel free, if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video and catch up with me. See how I'm adding now some blue in these corners, and then I'm going to go in with some of the purple as well, and just kind of filling up some of the spaces.
I'm going to go ahead and spritz this piece of foil. You don't need a lot, just enough to wet it, and you'll see those colors kind of start to blend together. So now I've got one chance at this. It's kind of called a mono print, meaning you print this one time and what you get is what you get. So I'm going to lay this down and just kind of lightly pressing this paper, making sure I get a nice print on here. I have an artist placemat off to the side, whoops, ready for this to go right over top. So I'm going to peel this off and reveal my print. And here you go. And no two prints are the same. And you might get some areas that you have some white spaces, and that's okay. Your paper, like you can kind of see mine's raising up a bit. It might curl up a little bit, and that's okay too. So you can see those two prints that I have created and how they are similar in certain ways, but still very different. I hope you had fun drawing your inspiration from nature and creating a marker print with me. I hope to see you again sometime. Thanks, friends.